Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm just dialing through here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we are here for our regular meeting on May 11th, 2026. This is the Sunshine Statement. This is a statement of compliance with the Sunshine Law, NJSA 10-4-10. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Specifically, the annual notice was emailed to the West Essex Tribune and the Star-Ledger on January 5th, 2026. The agenda and resolutions for the meeting are available on www.livingstonnj.org. Also on the table in the back, if anyone wants an agenda, there's some copies over there. Certain portions of this meeting may be closed to the public for the purposes of personnel and or other matters as outlined in the Sunshine Law. Decisions made and or discussed in closed session will be made known to the public at a later time. Notice to members of the governing body and township staff, any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purposes of township business, and any communications are subject to the Open Public Meetings Records Act. To the extent possible, this evening, the Township of Livingston Council will be live streamed by Facebook at https://www.facebook.com/Livingston Township and Day. Questions or comments will also be accepted by emailing comments@livingstonj.org by 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting and shared with the Township Council before the meeting. Each speaker should follow the rules of order in Livingston Code 2-15.b. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilmember Meinhardt. Here. Anthony.
Here.
Vieira.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Rapani.
Here.
Mayor Klein.
Okay, if we can all rise for a moment of silence. Alan Carbis, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice. Is Eileen Fishman present? Okay, she's the representative from the county. I think she's not here tonight. We'll move along. We have two proclamations this evening. The first is for this is the May 2026 is Older Americans Month. We have just had a lovely celebration courtesy of Jen Walker and her staff and Corinne working so hard to make a beautiful buffet table. And we want to, who's going to be accepting the plaque for them? Okay. Why don't we have you guys come up then and maybe you can speak as to why in Livingston recognizing older Americans is such an important part of what we do as a township.
Oh, it's on. All right, testing. All right. You're right. All right. Hi, I'm Corinne Judge. I'm the program supervisor for all the adult and senior programming here in Livingston. So working with older adults is more than just a job. It's a privilege. Every person carries a lifetime of stories, wisdom, strength, and experiences that deserve to be honored and respected. Through patience, compassion, and connection, we have the opportunity to make a meaningful difference in someone's daily life. Whether it's offering support, sharing a laugh, or simply being present, caring for older adults reminds us of the importance of dignity, kindness, and human connection. It works that not only impacts them, but it changes us for the better as well.
Good evening, everyone. Can I say something really quick? Just really quick? Thank you. Thank you. I'm Jen Walker. I'm the Director of Recreation and Senior Services. And I just want to say that while we do have the most amazing seniors in Livingston, who we have a lot here tonight, I want to thank you for your dedication to us, for coming to us. And I also want to spend some time talking about the staff that serve you. Corinne, Lori, who's my mother, it's hard to say Lori, and the rest of the staff at the Senior Center do an absolutely amazing job. offering programs, services, anything that you need, calling you to check on you, to see how you're doing. I couldn't be prouder to have them represent us and the township and serving you, so.
Thank you. I think everyone here understands that in Livingston, we really have an emphasis on senior programming. We do not want people to feel that as they get older, that they feel lonely, that they don't have social outreach. We know that one of the most important drivers for aging in a healthy way is having social connection, having things to do, staying busy. And in Livingston, we want our seniors to be that way. And we also want to just emphasize that we don't want seniors aging out of Livingston and moving somewhere else. We want our seniors to stay here. So thanks everyone for participating tonight. We really appreciate it coming from the whole council. This is something that, you know, as a council, we make a conscious decision to emphasize this programming and budgeting for it, and we're going to keep doing that. Thank you.
Mayor, just a quick shout out. We have a birthday boy here who is part of, so Jen and Corrine, we have somebody who is part of Older American celebration here, David Deutsch, his birthday here. Happy birthday, David. You've been amazing. Good.
We're going to move to our second proclamation. We have one copy of this. So I'm going to, this second is a recognition of Taiwanese American Heritage Week. So first of all, thanks so much for everyone who's come out for this tonight. I want to, we're going to read through the proclamation just so people can understand what we're saying about how important it is to recognize this week. And then we'll come down and someone can please speak on your behalf, and we'll present the plaque and then complete that. But let me hand this over to Ed. If you want to read the first two, and we'll just go two by two.
Okay.
You have it right there.
I got
Okay,
a copy
good.
right here.
Why don't we
Right.
just go 222?
No problem. Thank you.
Yep.
Whereas America has been continually renewed and enriched by many different people who choose to come here and become our fellow citizens, and whereas each brought part of their own heritage, which over time became part of our common heritage, and
Whereas generations of Asian Americans have helped make America what it is today, and whereas there are more than 700,000 Taiwanese Americans in the United States, with a significant Taiwanese American population in Essex County, New Jersey, and
whereas Taiwanese Americans have made enormous contributions across all sectors of American society while promoting democracy and freedom, and whereas Taiwanese Americans have succeeded as notable artists, Nobel laureate scientists, researchers, scholars, professors, human rights activists, and business leaders, and
whereas Taiwanese Americans are proud of their roots and heritage defined by a quest for freedom, democracy, and self-determination, and whereas the year of 2026 marks the 47th anniversary of the enactment into law of the 1979 Taiwan Relations Act, which together with the 1982 Six Assurances forms the cornerstone of U.S.-Taiwan relations, and
Whereas Taiwan has consistently demonstrated resilience and perseverance in the face of ever-growing geopolitical challenges, and whereas this week recognizes the long-standing friendship between the United States and Taiwan, and whereas during this special week, Taiwanese Americans celebrate the special commemorative occasion, and now therefore I, Mayor Sean Klein, do hereby proclaim May 10 through May 17, 2026 as Taiwanese American Heritage Week in the Township of Livingston, New Jersey, County of Essex. Okay. So,
we, okay.
Good evening, Mayor Klein and the member of councils and my dear Taiwanese friends in Livingston. We are so happy to be here. My name is Melody Huang. I'm the president of Livingston Taiwanese Association. I'm so proud that call Livingston as home for 30 years. Since 1999, community across the United States have recognized the week after Mother's Day as Taiwanese American Heritage Week. It's a time to honor the history, culture, and contribution of Taiwanese Americans. Taiwanese Americans have long embraced the value of democracy, freedom, hard work, education, community services. And these are the values that deeply reflect the spirit of the United States and here in Livingston as well. Here in our township, Taiwanese American families, students, professionals, volunteers continued to contribute to the strength and richness of our community. Recognizing May 10th to May 17th, 2026 as Taiwanese American Heritage Week is more than a proclamation. It is a meaningful recognition of diversity, inclusion, and the people whose contribution help make Livingston a welcoming and also thriving community. We are deeply honored. Livingston Township joined community across the nation in recognizing Taiwanese American Heritage Week. And we warmly invite everyone to join us on May 17th, Livingston's AAPI picnic at the Oval. And we, as a Livingston Taiwanese Association, we are going to host a culture booth to share our culture and a performance program with everyone. And we love to have everyone in the community come and celebrate with us. Thank you.
I know that the council, and I'm sure a lot of people here will be out there on the 17th to celebrate with you, absolutely. Why don't we, if everyone wants to come take a picture, and I don't know if you guys want to come down or you want to stand behind, I don't know how many people we have.
Okay.
Okay. Your husband's not here today? Thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Absolutely, absolutely. All right. We will now move on to the approval of meetings pending any corrections. We have regular conference meeting minutes from April 27th, 2026, and closed session minutes from April 27th of the same year.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, we will move on now to the public hearing. So there was a little bit, I want to just prepare the public here. We originally were going to start with the approval of the budget process, but we got some late feedback from the state, and we have to incorporate that feedback into the budget. And so we're going to move forward with this. Barry, am I saying this correctly? This is about right, what I'm saying? Okay. So we will say, I don't know if we want to start on our more formal comments. Clerk, I think you're...
Read the script. Start with the script.
You want me to read the resolution 26-172 to read the budget by title?
Are we not?
Make a motion.
Second.
Councilmember Meinhardt?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Buntani?
Yes.
Mayor Klein?
Yes.
Mayor, this is the time for the public hearing on the municipal budget for 2026 as approved on April 6, 2026 by the mayor and township council. The budget was advertised as required on April 21, 2026, together with notice of hearing for this time. Printed copies have been made available to the public during the past week.
Barry?
Yeah,
Yep.
Mayor, so as the council's aware, the public may not be, under the law in New Jersey, we introduced our budget on time on April 6th. We are required to send it down to the state for review. The state was made aware of our scheduled May 11th hearing date, but unfortunately, I guess they're busy because we didn't get their comments and review questions back until late last week. So we did not have enough time, obviously, to respond and sufficiently to get their approval. So as a result, because the hearing was noticed, the council should hold the public hearing but not close it and adjourn it to be continued at the next meeting date. Once we do resolve the issues and comments with the state, we'll then be in a position to either adopt the budget as introduced, or if the state comments require any amendments, we would do so, and if necessary, would provide additional notice if required by law.
Mayor, I have a resolution 26-172 regarding the reading of the budget by title only, and make a motion to move the resolution for
Did that
adoption.
out of order, but
I'll second that
Mayor,
motion.
We've adopted that
Yes.
resolution.
that motion was done, it was out of order.
So I think you've opened the public
At the
hearing.
top of page 2.
Right?
Yes.
The
need a
public
motion?
hearing is now open for the budget, even though we'll be continuing on to the next meeting.
Should be at the top of page 2.
It's open.
You should be at the top of page 2. Mayor, on the script,
Let me, Mayor,
top of page 2 on the
Mayor,
script.
so this council adopted resolution 26-172, so we could read the budget by title. That was approved by a roll call vote that the clerk already conducted. We then opened the public hearing for the budget, and Mr. Lewis acknowledged that the budget will be amended, may potentially be amended, or may not be amended. We're still waiting for feedback from the state. So we're welcoming public comment tonight on the budget, and the public comment will continue until we've resolved all our issues with the state. So it'll be tonight and then continuing moving forward.
Just so everyone understands the context of these conversations, there's a formality to when the budget comes out, and there's actually a script that's performed, but we were very off script, so everyone was confused about this.
So-
But public comment is open, and we welcome any public comment. Please step forward.
I guess a motion to open the public?
A motion.
I thought it- Yeah.
I got the motion.
Okay.
This is one line.
I now make a motion to open the public hearing on the municipal budget for 2026.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
And comments should be limited to the budget.
How much time, Jaren?
4 minutes.
I assume 4 minutes.
4 minutes, okay, thank you.
Jean Stoloff, 18 North Drive. I realize that this is very late. I think I've had comments before, but I'd just like to remind you something, both this year when you do your recap and in the future, that if you look around town, Livingston's changed a lot, but every time you see a house, you turn around the next day and it's being torn down and being rebuilt twice the size, which means your tax revenue is twice the revenue. So that I would like to think that the council could manage to live within its means and to not raise the tax rate. It used to be that we would have the Education Department would say how much a house cost and how much you'd add in taxes. Never did it happen on the town budget, but that's become fairly routine now. And I would like to hope that if there's any way that you can reduce the budget a little, and certainly next year, live within your means and not have us have an increase municipally. Because I think that's really your job, to do the best you can for the town. it's nice for you to have all the extra things that you do, and we appreciate that. But we still should be living our means. And I'd like to bring something up that most of you probably don't know because you're not old enough to have lived in Livingston that long. But the reason that we always had a lower tax rate was because during the Depression, the wise people, when people defaulted on their taxes, they didn't sell the land. They kept it to develop park school sites. And for our municipals and for our school, we never had to buy land because we had it, because of our wise ancestors. So maybe you can take a lesson from them. And hopefully, next year, and even this year, if you still can, find any ways to reduce the budget so that it doesn't increase. It would be very wonderful for the citizens of the town. Thank you.
Thank you. Gina, I think that's a wonderful sentiment. I would just say that there are fiscal realities that we have to struggle with, one of which is that, as a lot of people here will know, is that the cost of healthcare insurance has gone up 30% year over year. And if we're not accounting for that, and we're going to lose all of our employees if we can't come up with funds to help cover that. So it's not, there are always genuine struggles in trying to keep taxes down as much as we have. And I will say, one of the things I'm really proud of, let me just finish, Jean, is that I think for every year that I've been on the council, and for everyone that's here, except for 1 year, any tax increase has been below the rate of inflation, which means that in real dollars, the town government has gotten smaller. So we have done what you're saying. Even if the number looks like it's gone up a little bit, it's not going up as high as inflation almost every year, and that means that actually we're spending less money.
I don't know if anyone does an analysis of the number of people you hire in the town, and I'm not suggesting that you let anyone go, but you do have people retiring. And certainly with computers now and with AI and with the way things are going, it's possible for you to look very carefully at the way you do things and what the job assignments are of individual people. And when someone retires, possibly instead of hiring somebody else, you can combine. And there are a lot of ways that, I understand it's not easy. And certainly healthcare costs have gone up. But there are ways, you can look for cheaper ways to have health care. An example, I don't understand why you have dental care, because I know as an individual, I always felt that the premiums you pay for dental care are not worth what you get in return. So sometimes you have to look at things, and you may have to negotiate with a union, I understand that. But I still say, whenever a house is torn down, the house that's put up in its place is twice as big and gives you twice as much in taxes. So it should be possible for you to consider living within your means. Thank you.
Okay. Barry?
Yeah, and Jean, thank you for your comments. I think your point is valid in the sense that we do every year see some increase in ratables, but not every house in town is being torn down and replaced, so that may only be 5% of them in any given year. So while there is an increase, it's not double the taxes. What I can say is in my 8 years here, this will now be, I think, my 9th budget, the mayor and council have been vigilant in trying to maintain and minimize the tax increase. Certainly when we do our presentation when we get around to the budget hearing, I'm always proud to point out that we have the second lowest municipal tax rate of any of the towns in all of Essex County, and we're getting closer and closer to being number one, so that's something we're very proud of. I know every year, even in the last 5 years, the 8 years I've been here, I think our average tax increase has been less than 2% annually. Inflation over that same period of time, so that's what 8 times 2 is 16. Inflation over that same 8-year period is in the aggregate almost 37%. So we're running at less than half of inflation. So as the mayor alluded to, not only does health insurance go up, everybody knows how much gas, lean, utilities, electric, all those things. And so, quite frankly, I think we're doing more than enough to not only live within our means, we are constantly looking for ways to be more efficient. To your point, anytime we have an opportunity with a retirement or otherwise to see, is this position necessary? Can we consolidate? We do that. Again, we are only 17% of the overall taxes, so while people might get feel like they got a big tax increase, I can assure you it's not because of us, because we do, and the mayor and council, and again, the gentleman up here now and everyone who's been on the council in my 8 years here, my marching orders from day one are to hold the line as much as you humanly can, but again, without compromising services. I think the people have come to expect the outstanding police department we have, the work that the public works do. I drive through towns after snowstorms, and every town is snow-covered until I get to Livingston. And that's what I think the residents have come to expect, and they've come to deserve, and we've been able to do that with less than a 2% increase a year. So I certainly appreciate your concern, and we are certainly sensitive to everyone's, it's tough on everyone, but we are doing the best we can, and I am very proud of the record we have. Thank you.
I want to emphasize what Barry said, because this is an important point. We talk about this a lot, but not everyone comes to every meeting. When you pay $1 in property tax, the township, us, and town government only gets about 17% of that money. The rest of it goes to schools and to the county. So for 17 cents on your dollar, if you stop and look at all the services you get from the township, I think it's remarkable.
Mayor, can I just add one thing?
Yeah, please.
In addition to the 17 cents that we only get, when people apply for tax appeals, this office pays back 100% of the tax appeals after only collecting 17 cents out of every dollar. We don't claw back from the county, and we don't claw back from the Board of Education. So that makes our budget even that much more tight. It has to be much more fiscally responsible, because over the last, Barry, you said to me the other day, over the last 7 years you've been here, it's been over $11 million of tax appeals that have gone out from this office, from Ann's office, and we've only collected 17 cents out of those $11 million. So I just want to add that as well.
Thank you, Ed. Any other speakers? All right, Gene, there's
Your time's,
Just wanted to add a comment
Mayor,
to
time's
that.
up.
I recognize that you all try the best you can,
not a
but
debate.
sometimes,
Gene, it's not a debate. There have to be time for other speakers to come up. We can talk after.
Good evening, everybody. Tim Foley, resident for 54 years. I just have one question about the budget. The assistant manager position, is it funded for the full year?
Staffing positions are funded.
For the full year?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Any other speakers? Seeing none, can a motion to close public? Oh, adjourning it for now. Fine, thank you. Okay.
So you could ask for that motion, though, to adjourn the public hearing.
Okay,
What
motion to
date?
adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the public.
So Mayor, I move the 2026 budget hearing be adjourned until May 26, 2026.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call.
All in favor?
Roll call.
You want us to roll?
Roll call.
Okay. Can you call the roll, please, Carmen?
Yes, Councilmember Anthony,
Yes.
Meinhardt,
Yes.
Vieira,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Buckatani,
Yes.
and Mayor Klein.
Yes. We will now return to the more regular portion of the meeting. Okay, so we're moving to public comment on
Motion.
agenda items only.
Motion to make public comment on agenda items only.
I'll second it.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So we're going to open up the microphone for public comments, 4 minutes on any agenda items. If you come to the microphone, please state your name for the record and whether you live in town.
Hello again, Tim Foley back here, 54-year resident, 4th generation, forgot to say that before. I do want to thank the council for hopefully passing this tonight for the church at Livingston Avenue and Livingston Avenue and Mount Pleasant Avenue. Not sure if anybody knows, there's a lot of history with my family with that church. My great-grandparents, my grandparents belonged to that church. My mom and my father got married in that church. So you walk in there and you see Hoffman and Small stuff, you know, all over the place. That's my family. So I'm grateful. And if my mom's watching, she's definitely grateful that the township is saving the church and that piece of property to keep it the way it is. So again, thank you. And again, you still need to pass it, but I believe you guys are going to. So thank you.
Thanks, Tim. We're really excited about that, and it's really neat to hear that your parents got married there.
Yeah, and Tim well said, I think beyond as well, there is a lot of history in that church. There is a live cemetery there, and if you see the tombstones there, Tim, you would know those names. You have Collins and you have Force. These are living legends of Livingston. So we are very proud of saying it. So thank you, Tim, for kind words.
Every street, all those names are in there. There's a street in Livingston.
Good evening.
Good evening. Arlene Force Newcomb, and I do also have family buried there. My great-great-grandfather was buried there he was in the Civil War. But I wanted to ask you, what part of the buildings are you thinking of keeping or not keeping? Do you have an idea of keeping them all, or are you going to?
Yeah, I don't think I can say with certainty that the church building and the cemetery are 100% preserved. I think the council envisions the potential to try and develop the balance of the property, you know, as more of a neighborhood park. Particularly the red brick building, I think was built in the 60s. It doesn't have any particular historic significance to it. And having toured it, it's not in ideal condition. But yeah, most certainly the church and the cemetery will stay in perpetuity.
Okay, and the house that's on the property, I understand, is a very old house from Livingston that was moved there.
Yeah, the house is a different question. That's one that's under evaluation because while the core of the house was very old, it was subsequently added and modified, and there was additions on the side and in the back. So in terms of its historic significance and eligibility for designation on any of the national or state registries, we're not aware of any particular. So that one's I think the one open area. I think the red brick building is already, we're clear on, and the church and certainly the cemetery, we're clear on them staying. So a lot of it's going to see how the rest of that can be, you know, properly developed.
Okay, and would the DPW be taking care of the cemetery property?
Yes, and probably better than it's been taken care of and cleaned up and nicely. And I think it's something that we were struck, I know myself and some of the council members who went on a tour, to see all the names, and you immediately recognize, oh, that's a school, that's a street, that's a this. And it was, you know, the fact that it's so reflected the roots of the community and the founders of the community, we feel, I think, I can speak for the mayor and council, that it's important to really emphasize that and make it available and let the public be able to see that and see the history of the community. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Motion to close?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we're going to move now to the passage of ordinances. Tonight, there are two ordinances for second reading. Madam Clerk, please read ordinance 15, 2026 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 15-2026, authorizing the purchase of that certain property known as Block 1409, Lot 10.
Motion to open public comment?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the public hearing on ordinance number 15-2026 is now open. There's a 4-minute time limit per person. If you come to the microphone, please have your name, please state your name and whether you live in town for the record.
Motion to close?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, can I have a motion to
Motion to move?
to move?
Motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt, yep.
Second.
Okay, do any councilors have any comments on ordinance 15-2026?
I do. I do. So I'm very delighted that we're going to purchase this historic church. I have been in it. I think there's a lot of history there. When you walk through the cemetery, you will find the founders of Livingston at that site. I know that we have a new chairman of the historic preservation in Livingston, and I've already contacted and talked to him. I think that'll be a great place to get some history and get it written up and over there and everything. But I also want to thank the caretakers of the church who were great with us. They have a lot of history over there too. So I think we as a town council and the town can also learn a lot from them as we purchase this church. And the good thing is, we've kept this out of the developer's hands. There will not be a 3-story building on that site. There will possibly be something, maybe the Arts Council, a park, something that the town can use. There will not be an apartment building or anything else. And I'm proud to have been part of the committee that looked into the church. So, Mayor, I will be voting definitely yes on this.
Mayor, if I can, couple of thoughts. So about 2 years ago, when I visited the property, there was a ton of history, and the caretaker really walked me through, opened the books, and there are some maps and literature that I could see. A ton of history. One of the tallest towers in Livingston, if you open up the green book that we had, bicentennial book, one of the tallest towers, the first one in Livingston, was that church. So as most of the speakers who came here, as well as all of us on the dais, we recognize the history. It's amazing to keep it like it. I like the way it is. I want to give a shout out to former Mayor Ellie Cohen. She has spoken to me, and I think to many of us on the dais, that how she sees as a beautiful potential for a performing arts center. Of course, on any and all of these proposals, as Barry said, we'll be going through the review and how we go about it, including the brand new chairman of the Historic Society. But I think it is an amazing thing, and I absolutely will be voting yes as well. Thank you, Mayor.
Great. Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of it has been mentioned already, but I want to thank Barry Lewis for meeting with Ellie Cohen and myself in 2024. As soon as she saw it when it was becoming available, she got right in here, met with Barry and I, and actually wrote a letter to the Tribune, the editor, saying we got to get that church. So everything that's transpired since then, including all the work Barry's done and all the work our attorney, Jared Canner, and everyone has done to make this actually a reality and keep it out of a developer's hands. I got to compliment them all. And everyone, I'm the liaison to the Open Space Committee, everything all the input they've given us as well. So we took a tour of it, and it takes a little time, but this is a very fulfilling night, and I'm glad we have this in our inventory.
I'll just, if you don't mind, I'll just add on to everybody what else said as well. But I also just want to give a shout out to the town manager, Barry Lewis, and Attorney Jared Cantor for all the hard work that they did getting this contract. I know it took a while to get there. So thank you both for getting this to this day. This is actually a great win for the town of Livingston. And I'm proud of my fellow councilmen. This is what we do. Not only we think about what happens every day, but this is something for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And for the next generations that come to Livingston, they'll be able to know how Livingston started and who the founders were. So I'll be proudly voting yes as well.
And I would just echo what everyone said. I'll just say that I remember when I came onto the council 12 years ago, and I remember vividly thinking to myself that church, that property, was the most important property in the town. And even back then, there were not a lot of parishioners at the church. It was really not in heavy use. It was kind of thinning out over time, and it was underused. And I remember thinking to myself that this is such a wonderful, valuable property for the town that I hope at some point the town's going to be able to own it and preserve it and make it open it wide for public use. And 12 years later, it's almost like this is my last hurrah on the council. It's a nice capstone to be able to be part of doing this for the town. I think it's wonderful. So I'm certainly excited about it as well.
Mayor, if I could, only because she was such a champion of it, the mayor and I think, received an email from Ellie Cohen, who As I said, thank you all for placing the purchase of Federated Church. She said, unfortunately, we'll not be able to be at the meeting when it is voted on. This will be away, but I will be cheering from afar. Said it was wonderful, and then her moral was, after a zillion years, never give up hope, never stop being a royal nuisance to champion something so important, and lastly, be fortunate enough to have a governing body and township administration to move it forward. So cheers from Ellie. And
She
I
has
thought
not been a nuisance.
And Barry, that's why she came to the first reading.
Right,
She
'cause
knew
she
she
knew
couldn't
she wouldn't be able to
make
be
the
here.
second reading.
Yeah.
She was here at the last meeting.
Great. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Meinhardt?
Proudly, yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Viera?
Absolutely, yes.
Deputy Mayor Buptani?
Yes.
Mayor Klein?
Yes. Okay. Madam Clerk, please read ordinance number 16, 2026.
Ordinance 16-2026, amending and supplementing Chapter 29, Traffic and Parking.
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second?
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Any opposed? The public hearing on ordinance 16, 2026 is now open. There's a 4-minute time limit per person. If you come to the microphone, please, can we have your name and whether you live in town?
Motion to close public hearing?
Second.
So move, is any opposed? Everyone's in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay.
Motion
Can I have a
to
motion
adopt?
to move
to
the
move it?
ordinance?
Yep.
Second.
Any council members have comments on the ordinance? Okay, I'll make a quick comment. Just, this was we had some concern about people that live near Old Road about whether there was enough space for emergency vehicles to get through. And thankfully, this is the importance of having our residents talking to us and being in contact. And an example, I think a good example of us being responsive, this has been a problem for a while, and thankfully, someone, turned us on to it. We're going to make the parking there one side of the road, and we'll make sure that there's space for emergency vehicles to get by. So, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Meinhardt?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Buptani?
Yes.
Mayor Klein?
Yes. There are 4 ordinances for introduction this evening. Madam Clerk, can you please read ordinance 14-2026?
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 14-2026, amending Chapter 146, Food and Beverages.
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance
Second?
for introduction.
Is there any discussion? Everyone here will be happy to know this is about allowing ice cream trucks to come into town. We'll see if it passes. Madam Clerk, please call the roll on that.
Councilmember Meinhardt?
It depends on what flavor you want for ice cream, or no? Yes. Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Buptani?
Yes.
Mayor Klein?
Yes, okay.
And Mayor,
Yep.
the final public hearing will be on Tuesday, May 26th, our next meeting.
Thank you, Carolyn. Please read ordinance 17-2026 by title.
Ordinance 17-2026, $8,275,000 bond ordinance for various improvements.
Can I
Move it
have,
on, move it on first reading?
Second.
anyone opposed? Okay, is there any discussion?
Maybe a quick review by Barry, if you can just give us the introduction of what's involved in here. The 17-2026.
2026, that's a bond ordinance to effectuate all the items that were in the capital budget. They include vehicles for DPW, equipment for DPW, a host of other computers, IT equipment, all the long-term needs that we have for all the various departments other than the water and sewer utility, which are separate self-liquidating utilities and have their own ordinances coming up.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Meinhardt?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Buptani?
Yes.
Mayor Klein?
Yes. 18-2026, please.
Ordinance 18-2026, $3 million bond ordinance for sewer utility.
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance for introduction.
Second?
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilmember Meinhardt?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Buptani?
Yes.
Mayor Klein?
Yes.
Ordinance,
Yeah, please,
okay.
19, go ahead,
Ordinance
take it.
19-2026, $2,950,000 bond ordinance for the water utility system.
Move.
Move it on first reading?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay, I would just say this is a great time to reiterate that, and gotta make sure I have this statistic right, that 95% of our water inflow is now PFAS-free because of all the tremendous progress that we're making as we're moving forward here.
Mayor.
And I want to congratulate, this is money to fund the last bits of improvements to our water system. I want to congratulate all the staff on the great work they've done to finish up the water improvements. We are at, I always, when I talk to people in other towns, we are light years ahead of other towns. I think it's something, again, that we can be really proud of. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Meinhardt?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Buntani?
Yes.
Mayor Klein?
Yes.
And Mayor, I just wanted to make sure I emphasize that all three of these bond ordinances will have their final public hearing on Tuesday, May 26th, our next meeting.
Thank you for that emphasis. We now move to the consent agenda. All matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There'll be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders.
Mayor, can I request to pull 174 and 175 for discussion, please?
Okay.
And Mayor, I think we're pulling 26-180 as well.
Pulling for discussion.
That's off the agenda.
No, it's off the agenda.
Off the agenda.
It's off the agenda.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Madam Clerk, let's vote on the remaining resolutions. Can I have a motion to approve all the remaining?
I'll move them.
Please read them.
The remaining resolutions.
Please read all the remaining. Thank you.
Resolution 26-175, designating Atlas 6 Peach.
Madam Clerk. Right?
Oh, right, you're right, 174, 175. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
excuse me. Resolution 26-176, authorizing the award of a contract to MicroStrategies, Inc. Resolution 26-177, authorizing a contract to Pumping Services, Inc. Resolution 26-178, Green Acres Program Enabling Resolution. Resolution 26-179, authorizing the award of a contract to Weatherproofing Technologies, Inc. Resolution 26-181, estimated tax bills 2026. Resolution 26-182, awarding professional services contract to McManaman, Scotland Bowman for tax appeal services. Resolution 26-183, authorizing 2026 temporary emergency appropriations. And Resolution 26-184, rejecting bid for concession operations.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the resolutions remaining on the consent agenda.
Second.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Meinhardt?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Buntani?
Yes.
Mayor Klein?
Yes. Madam Clerk, please read Resolution 174.
Resolution 26-174, iBank Form and Sale PFAS Treatment Phase C.
Any comments?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So a couple of quick comments. I think this is really where the PFAS treatment and how we increase the water quality and how we were intentional and deliberate about improving our water quality. And not only that, this Phase C, and I would love to hear more on the actual definition of Phase C and what's involved, but this is really to address going forward. EPA, New Jersey EPA is one of the strictest in the nation. And when we say 95% of the water is clean, that means we are at the highest level when it comes to the national water quality. When we say next set of EPA standards, that's where Phase C comes in. So Mary, if you don't mind, just describing it first, and then we can talk further.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
as the mayor and deputy mayor have alluded to, and many in the public are aware, PFAS is a chemical that has been discovered in water sources all over the country. A huge amount of credit goes to Nathan Kirchhoff, our utility engineer, who saw this coming, who knew and monitors the regulatory environment and knew. He was telling me 6-7 years ago, they're going to lower the threshold, they're going to make this. And that's why, with his recommendation and certainly the foresight of the mayor and council, we got ahead of this. And we designed, we tested all our wells. We were fortunate that a decent percentage of them were not contaminated. But of those that were, we very aggressively pursued the remediation projects to address that water even before, including wells that were not yet in non-compliance. The Phase A, we focused on the largest producing wells to ensure that we got the most water, fixed and treated as quickly as possible. Phase B was the next ones, and Phase C is actually the wells that are not currently in violation, but we know they're going to be because they're going to lower the threshold, so that we are well ahead of it. And with this, and when we talk about remediation, it's not just bring it down to the non-detect level. It's, bring it down below the threshold. It's bring it down to non-detect or zero. So it's a great credit, I think, to Ann's been very involved with our iBank Council on the CFO, on the financing end of it. Again, Nathan Kirikoff, our utility engineer, our consulting engineers from Mott McDonald, and certainly with the support and the foresight of the mayor and council, we are in, I think, far better shape than probably any community that I'm aware of.
Thank you, Barry. And one of the other call-outs is we have a number of new buildings and new facilities that treats the PFAS out of our water. One near the Northland Park, that's one of the newer buildings. The issue or the idea is really to stay ahead of the newer stringent standards. The water remains the same. It's the standards that keep on getting lowered that is better for us as residents. The water is becoming cleaner. The idea is how do you stay ahead of it and make sure the treatment continues to happen, and that's Phase C is what we are talking about. So thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. So I just also want to emphasize something, that this has been tens of millions of dollars, this whole process over many years, and very expensive, obviously, for all of us. But I want to thank our attorney, Jared Cantor, who's gotten us involved with a couple of lawsuits that have really helped us to recoup millions of dollars. So thank you for that, Jared, to help the financial burden there. Can I have a motion to approve 174?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, and Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Meinhardt?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Buttani?
Yes.
Mayor Klein?
Yes. Clerk, can you please read Resolution 175 on the consent agenda?
Resolution 26-175, designating Atlas 6 Peachtree Urban Renewal as redeveloper and authorizing execution of redevelopment agreement for 2 Peachtree Hill Road.
Any comments from my council?
Thank you,
fellow
Mayor. So the reason I requested to pull this is to really get the description behind the title. So I spoke to Barry earlier, if you can describe it and what's involved in here. It's actually essentially one of the properties which will need to go through its redevelopment plan.
Correct. And for those residents who've been around a while, this particular property is where the old AIG building was, directly across from, it's by Kushner Academy and across from Newark Academy. That building was, like many office buildings, vacant. The corporate tenant had moved out. The office market was dwindling. It was a site that we had concerns that we were going to get more housing. And then Mayor Meinhardt and I think, took a first meeting with a company, Atlas Capital, a very significant company out of New York, done a lot of work in California as well. And I think we were both so impressed by, they came in not with a threat of we're going to build apartments, but with what can we do for you, what would work for you. And very proud to say that we were able to have a redevelopment plan adopted by the mayor and council that has 0 residential use. So it's going to create great revenues and rateable values with 0 school kids and no imposition on our other services. These steps are now formally designating Atlas V1 Peachtree Urban Renewal. That's the entity they formed for this particular project, and the developer's agreement. And the redevelopment plan has some flexibility in there, but it's all either industrial, warehousing, office, commercial, but no residential whatsoever. So I think it was real win for the town.
Yeah, and that's the key, right? No new residential and continuing the zoning the way it is. So thank you, Barry.
If you don't mind, I was going to add on to what Barry said, because we had that meeting, and this is one of the few developers who actually came to us and didn't want to build housing. And so they came to us, they asked us, what is it that we want, and what would you like to see here? So we are very happy that their sale went through, that they made this purchase, and we look forward to welcoming them over the years to come with something that will not be housing.
Councilmember Meinhardt?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Buttani?
Yes.
And Mayor Klein?
Yes. I just want to take a minute to recognize former Mayor Buddy August, who has grace us with his August
Mayor?
presence.
Mayor, I'm sorry, there was never a motion for that resolution.
We need
There
a
was never a
motion.
motion or a second for that resolution. You need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Call the roll, please. We have to go back and call it again?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Councilmember Meinhardt?
I'm
Yes.
so excited to say hello to you, buddy.
Anthony?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Baptani?
Yes.
And Mayor Klein?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move to the public portion on any subject.
Motion to open the meeting for the public portion on any subject?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Okay, meeting's now open on the subject of any subject, 3-minute time limit. If you come to the microphone, please state your name for the record and whether you live in town.
Hi, my name is Rudy Aiello. I live on Northridge Road. I've been here for 39 years. I think most of you recognize my name from all the emails I've been sending you regarding this cricket field. We're trying to understand that there's like 35 homes that border that catch basin. And how did this happen without any regard for us people that live there? I mean, I'm almost 74 years old. I had hoped to live the rest of my life in peace and quiet, and we just cannot use our yards anymore. How this is fair that they play cricket all night Friday, all day Saturday and Sunday, and who's paying the money for these bleachers that were put in, batting cages, the concrete work that was done? I'm just trying to understand the process, because I got into an argument with one of them, and he said, it's our field, the Sands Critic gave it to us. Since when does someone else have a right to give away town property? And what about the 35 homeowners that live there? We have nothing to say about this, we just have to tolerate it? So I'd like some input from you folks to say, how did this happen? Because if this can happen behind our homes, I purposely bought this home because there was nobody behind me. My brother moved in the same day around the corner. He wanted neighbors, I didn't. So now I have this. And the batting cages, it's every night at 4 o'clock. It doesn't stop. This just isn't fair to the other 35 homeowners. So I'd like to know, how did this happen? And how do we prevent this? I just don't understand. We must have some rights living here all these years.
So I just, we've been in contact by email
Yes.
many times over, and we've agreed to sit and meet.
Right.
And we're still in the process of setting up a date for that. But
That's true. You've been very kind in responding to the emails. I appreciate that.
Well, listen, your complaints are important to us, all right? And we need to figure out, how we can come to a reasonable middle ground here.
Well, to be honest, I don't see it as a middle ground. Like, I think I explained this to someone anyway, that if you go to Ockner Parkway now and they put up those nice apartments, if somebody moves in there, now you can't complain about the noise from the field because the field was there before the apartment was. When I bought this house, there was nothing behind us.
It was a soccer field for a long
No,
time,
there was no
wasn't it?
soccer field. A few
Excuse me,
kids used to
excuse
go
me, Mr.
down.
Nell, excuse me, Mr. Nell. So I was the scheduler for the travel soccer club for many years. That field has been used, my son is now 28 years old. He still has a scrape on his knee from when he was in second grade on that soccer field. So that soccer field has been in use since the last 20 years.
Soccer field is not nearly as noisy as...
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not.
Okay, so I invite you to my home on a Saturday.
Excuse me, can I just make finish?
Sure,
one
go ahead.
second. All I was saying is that the field was there.
Yes.
When you purchased it. It wasn't that the field came.
But it
after-
wasn't used for that.
You just said how did, you said how's it, what came first?
I went down there
That's
with
what I'm
my
saying.
own son and pitched to him when he was in Little League.
That's
People
not-
went down and had picnics. No
That's-
one ever complained about that.
Okay, I
That
just
was
wanted to make
peace and
sure-
quiet.
that's fine.
This is a different story.
I'm not
This is a crack
disagreeing.
of the bat
I
all
don't-
day and all night.
I'm saying,
No,
Mayor Klein, I know, has asked to set up a meeting, which we look forward to. I just wanted to make the record that it's been a field for 25 years. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, but not where leagues were held. People went down and played there.
Okay.
This is not the same thing.
We are not, we hear what you're saying. We're not disregarding it. We're going to meet and talk and figure out what's possible. Okay. Any other comments? Yep.
Hi, good evening. Oh, this is to be. Good evening, Mayor Klein, council members. First of all, we want to say Happy Mother's Day for all the mothers in Livingston. And also, we represent Sazon Livingston. My name is Laura Tamayo. Hi, I'm Nani. How are you? and we're coming to announce 2 events. The first one is...
The first event is a fundraising event to fund our September festival. It's a wine tasting that we're doing at the Asado Portuguese Steakhouse. I don't know my directions, but it's here. And it will be on May 28th, and it's at 7 p.m. And, tickets, like the wine tasting and dinner is included with the ticket. If you want to find out more information, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook as Sazon Livingston. It's SAZON Livingston. And all information is there. If you, for info how to purchase a ticket, if you have any questions, everything is there. Your turn.
Thank you so much. And this is a very important fundraising event because it's going to help us to the organization of our Hispanic Heritage Festival that is coming on September 20. And so we're so excited about this fundraising event. Thank you so much. And the second one is I'm so proud to let everybody in town know about Sazon Kids Latin Dance Camp. We're going to have this camp, Sazon, with the Township of Livingston, partnered together, and we organize this dance camp that is going to run from July 7th to July 30th, and it's going to be every Tuesday and Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m., 8 sessions, grade 2 to 6, and the kids are going to be able to learn Latin rhythms, salsa, merengue, cumbia, and the most important, they're going to be able to present in the festival here in September 20. So we're very excited to do that.
Thank you.
Thank
Listen,
you so much.
I think the whole council would agree that, first of all, Sazon has been such a work of love by you guys to bring it to the township, and it's been a wonderful event each year. And thank you for bringing it to the township and all the work that you're doing to create a fun and exciting event for everyone else that gets to share it with you.
Thank you so much.
And last thing, for the Sazon Kids Dance Camp, all info is on the community pass on the township.
That's awesome.
So everybody can register through the community pass, yes.
And
Thank you
just
so much.
Just a quick shout out, Saturday mornings, Senior Center, you rock. You make it all amazing, Zumba classes and the music and everything. On one side we have chess and bagel, one side you do
Thank you so much.
a lot of this work. So
Thank you. I'm so
Keep on
excited
doing that. That's
because
great.
I'm teaching also this program, and we started last year, and it was amazing. The kids were so excited, the parents were so excited, and they're asking for more, so it's coming back this summer.
The deputy mayor told me he really works up a sweat in those classes, so.
Thank you so much.
All right, good.
Hi, this is Tejesh Nare. I'm a resident of Northridge Road, 30 Northridge Road, Livingston. And, we're neighbors, Rudy and myself. I've moved here like 8 years ago. And, I've seen Rudy and others actually use backyards quite a bit, right? And I've seen them the last 2-3 years, they're not doing that, right? But I never paid attention to that until, all my neighbors started coming and talking to me about the problem with cricket, right? But first of all, I love cricket. I've been part of it, big part of it. In the last 4 years I've played, and I think one of you also handed over the championship to us. So it's a dream for me, right? And I'm definitely enjoying it. But I think I want to just explain what's going on around, right? Which not just Rudy, other neighbors also have they thought it was me who's inviting all the people because I have my friends to come park, and only recently did I tell them that no, I don't invite everybody to park here. So I think what's happening here is since adding the batting cages, right? I think that's what is probably causing all these problems, right? I love that. That was my dream, to have a batting cage right behind my door, and I enjoyed it. But what is happening is I think what used to be more weekend fun, now you have people coming at different times during the weekdays, not just after work, but you even see somebody coming during the day and then just cracking, and that's 10 feet away from your backyard, and that hard ball hitting the surface, when it's so close versus far away, it's a difference. Even if you close the windows and doors, it's still the noise is coming, right? So that's what I gather from my neighbors, right? And all the other things with disparate parking, the noise, and all that is the output of that, secondary output of it. So I think I was here last time too, asking for a full ground for the cricket, in Octor Park somewhere. If that happens, we can really play full ground. Plus also, if we can put batting cages somewhere near Octor Field, I think that will probably solve, the problem for everyone. I guess it'll be a win-win for everybody, right? So just my 2 cents on that. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, and I think the context is very important, right? I mean, how it started, how it really happened for you, and what it is actually its meaning. I think, as the mayor said, there is a meeting set, so we should go over all of the conversations and ideas. I know Barry and I talked about some ideas. How do we go about sort of controlling it and stuff like that? There is pro forma out there. We are not trying to solution here. I think let's have a meeting, as the mayor said, have a conversation throughout. And we have been responding to Rudy's emails as well. Okay. So it's important that we have a dialogue, sit down and go through and put our heads together.
No, definitely, because, see, even I have friends in the community, right, the community, they're doing a lot by posting messages, by asking people not to park there and all this stuff, right? But it's, not everybody's following that, right? And then I'm mostly traveling, I don't even notice, and there are people already parking by there, and then my neighbors, right, not just Rudy, they just text me saying that, guys, people are parking here. I'm sure they might have reached out to you as well, like complaining about things that are happening around the place.
That is definitely one of the topics. That is definitely one of the topics where we talked about, having
because
these
there's only so much we
components.
can do as a community, and that it's open to public.
All right, thank you, good. Any other speakers? Okay, seeing no other speakers, can I have a motion to close public portion on any subject?
Motion to close?
Second.
All in favor? Okay, aye, opposed? Okay, we're now at reports of township officials and professionals. Barry?
Just a couple brief ones. One, belated happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there from yesterday, so hope everybody enjoyed it. Two, I want to, and I'm sure some of the council members may mention as well, was honored tonight to participate in this ceremony honoring William Brady, a very dedicated volunteer, both for veterans organizations and scouts. And there's now a nice plaque over on the Oval over in Memorial Park. And it was inspiring to hear all the kind words from all so many people. And I think that's all I've got. Thank you.
Just to report that our composting toter has been delivered. There's still some setup going on and a little bit of training, but it'll be publicized once everything's up and running.
Just another quick update. Summer nights at the Oval is starting in June with the arts. That's in a collaboration with the Arts Council of Livingston. Wednesday, June 3rd is the Chalk Walk. Wednesday, June 10th is the Eastern Cultural Entertainment. The 17th is Livingston Makers Fest, and June 24th is the Livingston Symphony Orchestra. It's an exciting month for June. We enjoy our partnership with the Arts Council. July will be concerts, and then August will be movies.
Thank you, Adam. Township Clerk Carolyn Mizuko.
Tuesday night, tomorrow night is the last day to register to vote for the June 2nd primaries. So the clerk's office will be open until 9 p.m. If you need assistance, we will have somebody there. So this is your last chance to vote for the June 2nd primary. To register.
Our CFO, Ann Cucci.
Nothing for me. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. And Township Attorney Jared Cantor.
Thank you, Mayor. I have some pretty extensive comment tonight. I thought that the residents who were here last week who expressed their displeasure with the car wash would be here. I see they're not here, and I think it has to do with the work that this township did since our last meeting and the communication that we've had with those residents. So much of what I'm going to say tonight, the residents who came out are aware of through communications from myself and the township and the council members who were involved. So we took this very seriously, and there were a lot of issues raised, and I just want the public to understand, because I know it's been out in social media as well. The first issue that the residents had was that the car wash was not conforming to the site plan, and it should be shut down on that basis alone. I reviewed the application to the planning board along with the site plan, and specifically there were concerns that the air hoses were not part of the plan. I don't believe that to be true. I believe the air hoses were part of the plan. I have here one thing that was submitted to the planning board, which is a VacuTech diagram. It was part of the planning board's record. And on each diagram, and I don't know if anybody's been to the car wash, but each one of the containers has a vacuum hose and an air hose. And when you look at the schematic specifically talks about an air compressor, and when you get to the last page, it talks about a nozzle and a hose that will be attached to each of the air compressors. So it was submitted as a standalone to the planning board as to what they were installing. In addition, the two separate pages of the site plan basically take this diagram and put it in. And in those references, there is the air compressor, the hose, and the nozzle. So I did not believe the township could shut them down based on a non-conforming to the site plan. So then we were involved with the noise violation. And I really want to commend Mr. Lewis, Mr. Lerner, and certainly Councilman Vieira and Councilman Meinhardt, who worked very hard to make sure that there was an accurate noise reading at the car wash. So based on the efforts of again, Mr. Lewis, Mr. Lerner, Councilman Vieira, and Councilman Meinhardt, the county did come out and the county did take readings on the 2nd, and they found them to be in violation. They found them to be above the state allowed decibel level. The county issued a violation. It's a $1,000 penalty, and as part of their violation, they're demanding that the car wash come into compliance. So that's the county's remedy. And unfortunately, or fortunately, the township does not have jurisdiction over the noise. In order to have jurisdiction over the noise, we'd have to be an authorized enforcement agency, which would have required us to have a specific ordinance passed and a specific professional. So the county will be largely handling the enforcement of the noise. However, the township did take action under our own nuisance ordinance. Our nuisance ordinance provides that anything condition act which is or may become injurious or hazardous to public health is hereby declared to be and is defined as a nuisance. And we did some case law research, and certainly this car wash is a nuisance. It's in people's quiet enjoyment of their homes are at risk. So we sent a notice of violation to the car wash demanding a plan within 5 days, a corrective action plan. It's not the township's, certainly their intent to, take a business out that invested substantial money into the township. However, they can't create an ongoing nuisance. I was hopeful when they received the letter. I sent it to their planning board attorney. I don't know if he would represent them in this matter. We also sent it certified in regular mail to the addresses on file. It's a franchise. They should have received our notice of violation. We were hoping to have a dialogue with them, potentially of limiting or removing the air hoses, maybe limiting the vacuums. But to date, we have not heard a response from the car wash. Their 5 days has expired, which is what we gave them. This council will be going to closed session tonight to discuss further legal action. But again, I think, this council and, all the council members were aware and they were in constant contact with me. This became a major issue. And they really had the concerns of the residents at heart. And the township will be continuing to take legal action. Like I said, we'll be going to close tonight to discuss, but we did issue them a notice of violation under the nuisance ordinance, and the county issued them a violation under the state noise statute, and those two violations are yet to be cured.
Jared, thank you very much for this, and Barry also. You guys have both been intimately involved with this. One of the advantages, first of all, we have an excellent township attorney who does such great work on this stuff, but we also, our town manager is also an attorney. And you really get a lot of expertise from a lot of angles. And I think, this is one example where the township benefits from their expertise, but there are so many over the years where we get advice from more than one person, that we really can listen to.
Mayor, it's just funny you say that because I will compliment Mr. Lewis because he is a lawyer. So when I called Mr. Lewis to go over the plan with him, he goes, well, did you look at this case? I'm like, yeah, we did. So he had done the same research we did when it came to issuing a nuisance violation. So I just wanted to say I agree with you. And it's always an asset having Mr. Lewis on the team.
That rings true to all of us up here, that's for sure. We're going to go to Michael Vieira. We'll give our council report tonight.
Yeah, I think the last couple of weeks it's been contagious with a large report, so I have a couple pages. But first, I just want to hope that our mothers, grandmothers, and great-grandmothers had a great and enjoyable Mother's Day yesterday. So again, all of us actually attended a Mother's Day celebration from Jen Walker and Corinne Judge and everything, and it was really beautiful. So, in no particular order, the Friendship Circle actually had a reception honoring several individuals. So we do want to congratulate all those who got honored, and also the Friendship Circle for just an amazing job. It's great. AARP actually hosted a cyber fraud workshop, which was well attended. A few council members actually attended that. Tomorrow, which is May 12th, so May 12th through May 17th is the Kiwanis Carnival on Northfield Avenue. Let's hope that Mother Nature cooperates this year. Sometimes she loves Kiwanis, sometimes she doesn't like Kiwanis. But tomorrow the carnival starts. Last week, want to thank the Livingston Police Department for their ice cream with a cop event. Another well-attended event. There were so many children present. They have it every year. It's just a wonderful event. It gets the kids going. And I'm glad they didn't give Frisbees out this year, which hurt them if you hit a person, but they gave blow-up balls out. So if you got hit with the ball, it didn't hurt. So the July 4th committee will be selling challenge coins for $20. It's a color coin. Challenge coins seem to be very popular nowadays. So I'm sure you'll be seeing something in the newspaper or online where...
If you get hit by one of those, it does hurt.
Yeah, those definitely do hurt. But somewhere online or in the paper, it'll tell you where you can purchase the challenge coin celebrating Livingston's... how we celebrate our 250th anniversary of this country. So since our last council meeting, the Harrison Public School as well as Kushner Academy hosted, their fifth graders hosted the TREPS program. Great initiatives for little kids beginning to learn how to start their own business and make a little bit of money. We all want to thank up here, we want to thank Bob Gebrow and the Livingston Advisory Committee for Disabilities, which we know is the LACD. Last couple weeks, they've held several events, such as the Shine a Light on Autism. They held a spring party that was very well attended, and a talent show. So I want to thank everybody who is involved in the LACD. It's just, and thank you for everything that you do. Let me see. We are beginning to, as Russ had mentioned, a composting program. I guess more information will be on the Livingston website. The council attended a Journey for the Living event, which was an annual walk. We want to thank the Schoenwetter family for continuing this walk, and I guess it's to remember the Holocaust. So I want to thank them. I think every single year, all five of us always attend, so thank them. Sanskriti held their holy event at the gazebo last weekend. As Councilman, or as Mayor Klein said that Board of Education President Pearl Kempka, yeah, you know, you don't want to stand in her way when it's a box of colored chalk. She does definitely like to pour that on everybody's head. But, you know, it's a wonderful cultural event. It's welcoming springtime, and we just want to thank Sanskriti for bringing that event to us year after year. It's wonderful. Want to congratulate the Omega Speech Club and Debate Club for hosting a last weekend. It was their award ceremony, another wonderful event. Last Monday was the annual golf outing, and we want to congratulate Don Swartz, who was honored at that golf outing. Again, I can't say enough about Jen Walker, Corinne Judge, and their entire staff of the Senior Services for a great Mother's Day luncheon and musical program. Congratulations to Falkoff's Pizzeria. Today we had a ribbon cutting there. It's on West Mount Pleasant Avenue. Another great event, so another ribbon cutting. Some upcoming events. League of Women Voters will be holding tomorrow night a candidates forum. So that'll be held on May 12th. The AAPI picnic is Sunday, May 17th, and it's sponsored by the LCDI gazebo, and that will be at the gazebo. ShopRite will be having their re-grand opening on Monday, May 18th at 1 p.m. The Memorial Day Parade is Monday, May 26th, starting at 9:30 with a ceremony, and the parade will begin at 10 a.m. We hope Mother Nature loves Livingston this year. Primary election day is June 2nd, and all of us want to thank Carolyn and her entire staff for a job which we know will be tiring, so thank you, Carolyn. And finally, as Barry had mentioned, right before tonight's council meeting, we held a plaque ceremony with the veterans honoring Bill Brady. Bill was very active in the veterans and Boy Scout Troop 12, I believe it was. And his widow was there, and everybody gave a couple speeches. And over at the War Memorial is a plaque to Bill. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. That's it? That's all you got?
That's it. I told you it was contagious the last couple meetings.
So I want to just give a couple of mayoral hats offs and then just talk about one other thing that I had gone to over the last couple weeks. But first of all, our high school lacrosse team became county champs for the first time, and this is the first time in 13 years that a private school did not win the county tournament. So a huge hats off to our lacrosse team. We're going to get them in to celebrate with them. It's a big deal. And then also,
Mayor, excuse me 1 second. Our town attorney's son, Jared
that's
Cantor's
right,
son,
of course,
is a member
yes,
of that team as well.
That's
so.
right.
All right.
He is, and it was an unbelievable run, and the games were so exciting, and the boys played so hard. I'm really proud of all of them.
Awesome. So we're going to get to celebrate that achievement. We'll bring them in. And then also our History Bowl team, which we've actually honored even a few months ago, has gone on to do even more incredible stuff. So they came in the entire nation. The varsity team came in 14th in the country. The JV team came in 2nd in the country. And this is incredible. Arav Kaushik, who is on the varsity team, finished 1st individually in the entire country. I mean, you cannot believe the heights that our kids rise to. On the fields, in the classrooms, Livingston just crushes, and it's just so exciting. It certainly as a former Lancer, it makes me very proud, and I'm sure it does everybody else in this room.
And Mayor, we honored them as well.
Yes, we're going to bring them in again, because this is a whole new round of incredible achievements, and we're going to bring them back in.
And Mayor Arav is one of my star poll workers.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Our star poll worker.
Excels all over the place, no surprise. Mr. Cantor, we're going to go back in to continue open and also close. Can you just talk about what we'll be discussing in closed session?
Yeah, I made the furnace, so we'll be discussing the car wash litigation. I don't have the property addresses. We'll be discussing an update we'll be discussing Livingston Mall, and then I don't know the other, what's the property on Livingston Avenue?
North Livingston Avenue, I think it is.
North Livingston. Without saying the owner's name, I don't know how to describe it.
I think we listed as North Livingston Avenue, potential redevelopment.
Yeah, North Livingston Avenue, potential redevelopment.
And if I could also add Cedar Street Commons, and I believe they're all under attorney-client privilege and contract negotiation exceptions. All right.
Mayor, just one more thing. Congratulations to Russ Jones, who became a grandfather again for the third time. So he's got Barry up by 1 as well. So congratulations, Russ.
Go get him, Russ.
Congratulations. All right, everyone, listen, thank you so much for coming out. We are continuing open session next door. The door is open. Anyone's welcome to come in. Thank you.